Hello everybody, welcome back to Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations. I am your favorite VTuber Android Arrowhead, and now, brief recap. Basically, Iris does not only speak English, turns out she's also fluent in Linese. Australian. Lyrish. The point is she's lying. Anyway, she is now saying that Maya is the killer. She is not the killer, we know that. We also don't know where she is. But we also need to figure out exactly what is going on here. So, back to the cross-examination. Let's see. I know there's like one of the options that lets me change up part of her testimony, but I'm pretty sure the option I already picked was it. Also, welcome to the stream, FreedomFire76. Nice to have you here. Okay. So, I'm gonna press her on this one, fast forward through it. Ask about... I think I asked about the tracks before. Let's try the snowmobile this time. Let me hear more about this snowmobile ride.
Well, it was very cold that night, so I rode it all the way to the foot of the bridge.
Alright.
So I rode it all the way to the foot of the bridge.
Objection!
I'm sorry, witness. But now, I've got a problem with your testimony. Oh shit, did I just do the wrong thing the whole time?
Excuse me?
Godot, what are you up to now? That night, after the head nun left the remainder of the training to you, she said she walked from the inner temple back to Hazakura Temple. Yes, I'm fairly certain it's what the record indicates. Let's recall her comments on the subject.
Maybe, but when I made it back to Hazakura Temple, it was there, by the main gate. The snowmobile, I mean.
Oh! Alright, Godot's helping me a little bit. The snowmobile was in front of the main gate. This is one of those contradictions, wouldn't you say? Oh! Ha ha! I didn't even do anything when he won. Order! Order! Mr. Godot! Why are you pointing out contradictions in the witness's testimony? Are you against the truth, Judge? Like, what are we doing here? Let's just say I like things to be neat and tidy, okay?
Well, maybe, Sister Bikini missed it? Yes, maybe she didn't see it.
You think she missed it? That doesn't sound right. Huh. Whatever. I mean, I don't think this is decisive enough to warrant any more time or effort. It's just... you'd better be careful in your testimony. That's all I wanted to say. A smart little cookie like you shouldn't have any trouble understanding that.
Yes, sir.
What was that all about? Why would Godot want to give me a hint? Very well then, let's continue with the testimony. So you transported the body by snowmobile all the way to the Hazakura Temple courtyard.
Yes, I thought that way Mystic Maya would never be suspected. That's what I thought anyway. And then
So... do I have something that would indicate that the snowmobile wasn't used at that point? That's the main issue at this very instant. Transported the body using the snowmobile, but does that make sense? Alright, let's review what we know. Or at least what she says we know. Alright. Called out to Mystic Maya, thought it was my duty to protect the future of the Master Korean tradition. I can't deny that, technically. I removed the body from the inner temple by myself. It's behind me all the way across Dusky Bridge. Used the snowmobile to carry it back to Hazakura Temple. But how are there only one set of tracks, though? Time the murder took place, the snow had already stopped. This feels important, but I don't know how. Let me press her on it again. Objections to testimony so far. This time, are you sure it's all true?
Yes, I am.
When the murder happened, the snow had already stopped. According to you, that's why the snowmobile tracks were so clear.
That's right. I'm certain of it.
I think I've trapped her this time. Do you think? Snow, huh? The snow really had stopped by the time of the murder. It'd mean there's a bigger hole in her story than... Oh, right, Matrix... Yeah, alright. Matrix Revolution, yeah. I don't want to believe it, but I don't think my logic is failing me. Iris is trying to pin the murder on Maya. But why would she want to do that? There's only one reason I can think of. How many Really? Only one? So basically, the snow thing is the solution, but I think I already did everything that I would show to prove that. Unless... Let's see, did the profile say anything? I don't think the profiles alone would say what I need them to. Let's see, what... Alright, so I already used the picture of the snowmobile, right? Was not lit the night of the crime, yeah. Behind the temple tree in a temple garden. From the victim's staff. I do think this is a little weird, but it's probably not what I need right now. I think I already used this evidence. Yard where she was murdered. By the time the murder occurred, the snow had already stopped. But we know it kinda didn't, though. That's the problem. Is there anything we have that shows that it wasn't? Also, why did the body fall 10 feet after death? We still haven't gotten that point. Alright. Sword hidden inside. We already did that. We already did this. Yeah. I mean, we tried this before. Snow with occasional lightning strikes. 7 to 10 p.m. Or 7 to close to 11 p.m. Stuck Dusty Bridge around 10:45. But what exactly is supposed to... What am I missing? I already tried the things that I thought would absolutely be it. Also, why is one of these spots blank? Okay, that's the last page, alright. Found in the garden of the inner temple. His blood came from the victim's staff. Horrible sketch, it's not that bad. Snow had already stopped at the time of the murder. But we already showed this in the conversation, so it can't be this. We also already tried this, and it didn't work. So... 10 to 11. So it is possible that the snow happened while it was going on. But it's also possible that it wasn't, so that's not... Okay, there was snow on the snowmobile before, there was not after. So what the hell else is it? I gotta press her on this again, man, I'm sorry, I don't see what the point is. So it's all true, da -da -da. Hey Zero, welcome to the stream. Snowmobile tracks were so clear. But... what does that mean? Don't really had stopped by the time of the murder. Then... Does it? Because I don't think that does. Hey, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Dude, I don't know what this is, but I'm completely missing it. I've already tried all the things I thought would work. I tried the weather report. I tried the fucking... One reason I can think of. In the inner temple by myself. Is there something in this that'll give me a hint? I like to do that. Didn't want to move the scene. Alright. Snow, huh? Yep, it's all about the snow. I got that. Just throw the body into Eagle River. Still cast... Oh my god. What did you do have to cross the bridge? Use the snowmobile. About the snowmobile. Actually, wait, we already asked about the snowmobile. About the tracks. We already did that too, but still. If you really did move her body by snowmobile, then there should be tracks left in the snow, right? Oh yes, naturally you would expect tracks. This picture was presented at yesterday's trial. Yeah, we already brought this up. Tracks from that ride. Yes, I think they are. But I can only see one set of tracks here. I don't see what's so strange. I don't see what's so strange about that. Yeah. Still falling when you left. So... Okay, but also, why is there... If you drag the body behind the snowmobile or something, why is there not another set of things showing where the body was? Transport the body by snowmobile all the way to Hazagor Temple Courtyard. If this... Okay, look. And the murder took place, the snow had already stopped. There's something to show, but that's not true. But I need to figure out what it is. Found in the garden of the inner temple. Okay, that shows that she was there, which is what happened. True. Lights out bell, you must channel the spirit, leave everything up to her. Do I do this? Like... Sure of her, use it when you channel her, I know you can do it. The lights out bell. I don't think we play this yet. Blood is being analyzed now, which will probably show that it's the victim. What am I missing? I already tried playing this, and the weather report, and the autopsy report, I believe, as well. But that's not what I needed. And the murder occurred, the snow had already stopped, which is possible based on this report. Actually, wait, no it isn't. Or, I guess in that 10-minute window, possibly. At 10:45. Fuck it, I'll play Sister Bikini. Yep, that didn't do it. God fucking damn it. Just to check that it somehow didn't mess something up before. Just to check. Nope. Oh my god. What am I missing? I'm gonna feel really stupid when I get it. Okay. It's not the snowmobile tracks picture. I don't think. Nope, not that one either. It's not the weather report. It's not that. What am I missing? No, just for... I don't know. The sake of this. Nope. I can't believe I'm somehow missing this, man. What is it that I'm not getting about this? What is the missing piece? We already tried all the obvious stuff. I tried that before, and that shouldn't work even, because they brought that up in the argument. How am I doing this poorly? Guess the snow had already stopped. It's not the autopsy report, I bet. Tried that, yep. Actually, wait, it could be the sword, because we found that under the snow. Let's try the sword, I guess. I don't know. Nope. God fucking damn it. Come on! What could it be? What am I missing? Before the lights out, the night of the crime. The murder weapon. No. No one tell me in chat. I will figure this out somehow, but no one tell me the answer. No spoilers. I realize, granted, I'm not exactly making a good case for myself, but still, no spoilers. Not it either, alright. I'm just gonna go with the brute force method. I have no other idea what it could be. But I'm not gonna look it up. I'm determined. No reason for it to be this, or this, or... by any chance, nope, not likely. We already know it's not. It shouldn't be this. We did find this under the snow, which would imply that it was, you know, outcropping near Dusky Bridge. Nope, not this either. Okay. By any chance, is it my badge? It's probably not, but might as well try. Nope. Empirical method. We're just gonna throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks. I'm pretty sure that's not even what the empirical method is, but we're gonna try it anyway. Nope. Probably not this either. I can't imagine why this would be it. Could it be the knife? I don't know. Nope. Okay. Gonna keep playing stuff till something works. There's no way to... That's the worst part. There's no way to not have the evidence. I can't just not have it. So I have something that will reveal the contradiction here. I just have no earthly idea what it is. If the other stuff already did not work. Okay, it couldn't be this. Probably. What else would it be? Let's look at the profiles, I guess. Bad back bothers her, doesn't seem to have any spiritual power. Executed last month, good. In solitary confinement, that sucks for her. Man, Pearl really is like the only good member of their family. Speaking of, where is Pearl during this? And does she know that her half-sisters are all, like, weird? Or are they half-sisters or, like, full... whatever, doesn't matter. Hold on, press her on this again, I guess, just to see the thing about the snowmobile. Or the snow.
Objection!
That's when Godot interrupts. When she got back, the snowmobile was still there. Problem is, I don't have any evidence that says that. So I cannot aid that assumption. And this doesn't add anything to the testimony. Doesn't sound right. Just... But that didn't do anything. It's also entirely possible that this is just one of those where I have to press everything before I get to... Hold on, let me just press literally everything.
Objection.
Call out to Maya. Still timid. I feel so helpless, so I just quit quietly and wait for them to reach a conclusion. Isn't it your job as the judge to mediate the argument? Okay, let's just, I guess, go back through all this. Maybe this will teach me something. So then, you knew? You knew the significance of the name Maya Fey?
Yes, of course I did.
It's odd. I mean, Sister Bikini didn't recognize Maya's name, let alone her position.
Anyway, she was a very special person indeed.
We already went through this. Snow, huh? Yep, still snow. I will figure this out, somehow. Didn't throw the body in the Eagle River, we got that. The only thing on this we haven't done at this point is the Nevermind option, which I cannot believe. I forget it, there's plenty of other things to go after in this testimony. I said the key to the snowmobile, nothing strange about that. Oh, it's gonna do with testimony. Transport the body of a snowmobile. Yep. Use the Shito to alter the window. Is that what you were doing when Sister Bikini saw you?
Yes, that's right. She probably thought the worst.
Probably. More like definitely. She literally said she thought the worst. I see. So Sister Bikini mistakenly thought you were the one that murdered Miss Dunim.
I'm so sorry. Please forgive me.
My fault this case has gotten so confusing. You're goddamn right it is! The snow had already stopped. I already pressed her and all this. Logistically speaking... Phoenix, I don't know what you're seeing, man, but I'm not seeing it. That's not it. Wait, no. Just gonna... Oh my god. Alright, here's what we're gonna do, right? Press her on this, get that other cutscene with, about the snowmobile.
Objection.
We're gonna get this done. How is this still stumping me? Logistically, all the evidence that should have proven that this is wrong is not working. I don't know what I need to play, but it's not what anything I've done. Okay. Now... Only one reason I think... Yeah, because she's following the orders, but apparently that doesn't work either. Save over this. Okay. Gotta get back to this whole charade. Alright. When she went back at 10 PM, the snowmobile hadn't been used yet. So why... Alright. Let's work through this, right? Kind of. I don't think any of this would be available now if it wasn't before, but just to check. Nope. Alright. This is ridiculous. I don't want to look it up. I don't. I'm just firing at the wall at this point. This is basically just the way Phoenix does things in general, but instead we're doing it right now. Hey, Firewall. Trying to figure out how to lay pipe? Oh, I figured out how to lay pipe. I can't figure out how to solve this particular part of the trial, even though we all know it's wrong. How the fuck am I doing this? Alright. Do I look like a plumber to you, Your Honor?
Mr. Nick, what is laying pipe?
Then Maya's like, well, you see, Pearls, it's when... Alright. I'm in rapid fire mode. I will figure this out by brute force if I have to, but I'm not gonna look it up. Logistically speaking, it has to be something in my inventory. It cannot be something that doesn't exist. Unless they just have this as a decoy option, at which point... Oh my god. The worst thing would be if this wasn't even what I needed to do to prove her wrong. Even though this has all the trademarks, something that I would need to do to prove her wrong. That this particular phrase is the one that I need to enter the thing into. Carry it back to Hazakura Temple. Wasn't it the Green Spirit? Nope, that wasn't it. Alright, I tried that. Deep. Alright. Oh boy. Is that the conclusive piece of evidence in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? I'm not even sure if I have a conclusive piece of evidence in my pocket. So I probably am just happy to see you. Let's see, I already tried that, already tried that. Already tried that. Tried that. Tried that. I basically tried everything in the second menu. So... I don't know, this? I think I've tried every bit of evidence that I have, and if anything else, that just proves that this wasn't even the right statement to, like, follow up on. Alright, so... Nope. I actually did try the badge, as I'm happy I'm sure you'll be happy to find out. I did actually try the badge. Already tried that, tried basically everything at this point. I do not... Either this is just not the statement that I need, or I've somehow majorly messed something up. Discovered the murder. Her bad back really bothers her. Already tried playing her. She was not the solution. Charge of the missile investigation. Okay. I should not be having this hard of a time with it. It's probably not even that hard of an answer. Studies foreign judicial systems now. Okay. Let's see. The murder, if the snow had already stopped when the murder took place. You know what I find crazy? The fact that Ace Attorney speedruns are a thing. I guess there are speedruns for everything, but at that point, like, if you know all the answers, is that really much of a speedrun? You're just kind of like, it's like speed reading a book. Huh. What else is there? I did everything. I did this, I did this, I did this, all this stuff. This feels like it should have worked. You speedrun the first game in like 3 hours, 30 minutes. That is impressive. I wonder if it's affected by, like how fast your system runs, being able to load all the dialogue and the, like the, objection sort of stuff, you know? 30 minutes passed between the fire starting and going out. Lightning struck Dusky Bridge at 10:45. Okay, see, here's the thing. I feel like, if anything, this should prove that this could not have happened. Because if the snow had already stopped by the time the murder occurred, she would not have been able to get the body across the bridge because the bridge would have been on fire. This should work. I feel like this should work. See? It doesn't. I am trapped in a cage of my own design. It couldn't have happened. Because even if the murder took place then, you couldn't have gotten the body across the bridge. That's a nice piece of testimony, Iris, but Phoenix unzips his pants. Mr. Wright, what are you doing? This is the decisive evidence. A local lawyer was arrested for a sex crime today. More at 11. I have done basically everything I could think of that would make this actually work. Took place, the snow had already stopped. I might just have to look it up. I hate to say it, but man, I've tried everything. Clearly I'm not, like, breaking through. I am somehow missing everything I need to do. And I tried, Miss Iris, to inspect said decisive evidence. What if Phoenix's penis really was the decisive evidence for this case? Maybe that's what I'm missing. That's gotta be it. I can think of nothing else that would actually help the situation. The snow had already stopped. Oh. Taken that night from the main gate to Dusky Bridge. No. Fuck it, I'm looking it up myself. Why not? I'll figure something out. Alright. This is my defeat. I'm sorry. Nah, don't worry about it, it's fine. If anything, it's on me for not being able to figure it out myself. Oh my god. This should not be happening. What's the name of this testimony? I'm looking it up, don't worry. I'll have this figured out in a moment. I'm gonna be really pissed if it turns out the game is glitched and I had the right answer the entire time. I will be very unhappy. My god. Okay. Just breathe, just breathe, just breathe. Alright. Gotta look it up. Let me see. Let me see. Where is the good guide on this? Guys, I am the dumbest person alive. I realize you all know this, but I thought it important to say. Because, as I pointed out, this would show that the snow stopped when the murder occurred, which is correct. That is completely correct, actually. However, even though they added this statement to the testimony, this is not what I needed to actually present it on. And in fact, I didn't even need to do this. This was a misnomer. What I actually needed to do was this bullshit! I spent a half an hour. And the worst part is, I was right. I was just on the wrong part of the question. No wonder I thought I was missing something. I had the answer the whole time. It was the weather report we found along the way. Wrong statement. Correct firewall. What? Okay, hold on. Why would the game make that extra little thing, like it always does when you're supposed to have that be the thing that you're supposed to do, and then not have that be the thing you actually do the thing on, even though technically it's a red whale. Exactly. Worst part is, again, functionally, this is just as correct for that as it is for this. But for some reason it was on, like, it doesn't count for that. Man, don't get me wrong. I love Ace Attorney. This is a great case. I really like it. But man, that was fucking cruel. That was mean. Is it me? Is it on me for not realizing it and not going for another question? Actually, yes, it is completely my fault. But I maintain, however, that I'm angry. I'm angry. That's what I am. Top 10 anime betrayals. Yep. In my defense, I fell for it. In their defense, I fell for it hook, line, and sinker. That was probably just meant to distract me, and it distracted me. That said, I am just taking my advice. Be patient. Yeah, I'm aware. Thank you, Freedom Fighter. But I'm just saying, I feel like this is like one of those things on a test in school where you technically get it right, but because the way the question is phrased, they're like, oh, sorry, this doesn't actually count. It's like, no, I got it right. I got it right. Just whatever. Yeah. Anyway. You claimed that the snow had already stopped when the murder occurred, like I said. I'm sorry, Iris. That just isn't possible. What? This is the weather data from the night of the murder. According to this, the snow didn't stop until 10:50 p.m. But you couldn't have crossed Dusky Bridge at that time.
Why do you say that?
Because 5 minutes before the snow stopped, Dusky Bridge was struck by lightning and had caught on fire. Which also, mind you, let's point out another problem with that whole thing. Phoenix went to the bridge that was on fire and jumped off of it, or fell off of it when it was on fire to try and cross to save Mai, right? Which means before that even, he saw the body in the courtyard with Sister Bikini. So, even Phoenix knows that's not correct. I was zoned out for like 30 minutes while Phoenix was shotgunning evidence. Yeah, no. Bro, I think this will go down with the Larry incident as being one of my biggest mess ups in this game series. I don't think anything else in the entire series will mess me up the way that did. And it's all my fault. I have no one to blame but myself. Dusky Bridge was struck by lightning and had caught on fire.
What did you say? The bridge, it was on fire? I didn't notice. Must have been my monk training.
You don't mean to say you didn't know about it? It was because of that lightning strike that the bridge burned down.
What? But it can't be...
Okay, this is weird. Iris doesn't even know about that. That's... Huh. It looks like you still haven't figured it out. No matter how hard you try to deceive or conceal the truth, you can't pull the wool over the eyes of a real defense attorney. Which I am. In spite of the fact that I just shotgunned evidence like an amateur.
No!
Order! 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 The bridge was already on fire when the incident took place. That's right. The inner temple was already totally cut off from the outside world. There's no way you could have crossed the bridge, body or no body. I blame woman because she made you fry your brain. Watch me no-diff the rest of this entire trial. I want to see that, you know? After all that trouble with that one thing where I was still right, by the way, I maintain that I was right. I'm just gonna I'm not gonna lose any health. I'm gonna get everything completely correct. She's gonna be doomed. I will say this probably will take at least one more stream after this one though, so we'll see where that all goes.
Wah!
Witness, even my patience has its limits. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. You sit through so much bullshit, Judge. You could deal with, any amount of this. Any further lying and I will find you in contempt of court. You have anything to say for yourself?
Objection!
The only person here that's truly contemptible is you. The judge or Iris? Old man. Okay, the judge. Me? How dare you? Whether this witness lied or not doesn't mean squat right now.
Yes, it. Wait, hold on. Godot. What do you think it means then? Godot. What are you. You know what, let's let him explain himself. Let's see where this goes. Maybe he's onto something. Squat?
The important thing now is to find out the truth.
Well, yeah. Which is why it matters that she lied about the truth. Godot. What are you talking about?
Isn't that right?
Sure.
Yes, of course, but whether it was snowing or not snowing, or whether the bridge was burning or not, there are two facts that can't be disputed.
Yeah? You're the most evil villains ever meme. Yours would be Larry, Iris, and that one catwalk from MGS2. That's about right. That's true. Absolutely. Most evil villains ever. God. Larry is one of those where it's like, he's not even a villain by choice. He's just accidentally falling into it constantly. He doesn't see himself as evil, but that's what makes him more evil.
First, the body of Elise Dunim was discovered in the Hazakura Temple courtyard.
Yep.
And the second, the head nun, Sister Bikini, witnessed Iris desecrating Elise Dunim's body.
Also, why is her face going up like she's in pain when she's not actually dead? Or she's dead here, so... I guess that's because that's back from when we thought this was when she died, but... Well...
He makes a good point. On both accounts.
Yeah, good enough. That's right. I'm not lying. Yes, you are. We just proved that you were. What are you talking about?
What are you claiming this time?
Thank you, Judge. I wasn't myself at all that night, so my memory is still somewhat hazy.
You have stood You have stood at that witness stand and testified this entire time.
Are you telling us now that your memory of that night is hazy?
Objection!
It's only human to err. If you're so perfect, Trite, maybe you can explain this for the court.
I probably can, but sure. What is it?
When the murder happened, the bridge had already burnt down. But somehow the body traveled across the bridge and was found in the temple courtyard. Perhaps you have some kind of perfect explanation for this little magic trick?
Well, not exactly, no. Couldn't the murder have just happened before it stopped snowing? And then they just put the body there once it had stopped snowing? There's the type of character that would start a million civil and world wars because of how bad it is at what he's doing. Larry's the Jar Jar Ace attorney. That is the greatest description I've ever seen of him in my life. He is the Jar Jar Ace attorney. Granted, I would absolutely take Larry over Jar Jar if it came down to it, but yeah. He helped that one time in the fourth case, and in the fourth case of the first game, and then he just never again. Larla. Oh, that's spectacular. I know there must be some other way she got across that burnt out bridge. Unless I can somehow demonstrate it, we'll never know the truth.
Looks like the defense is not prepared to offer a suitable explanation. See what I mean? In other words, you're in no position to suggest that this lady's testimony isn't the truth.
Godot? She said she crossed the bridge that was on fire and didn't realize it was on fire.
Alright then, witness, let's hear your testimony once more.
About what, Your Honor?
You've admitted that you moved the victim's body. Nevertheless, your prior testimony contained a rather large inconsistency. Please add an explanation for that to your testimony.
Yes, Your Honor. Will this be her final testimony? Final Testimony is my favorite game series. Moving the body. Here we go. Other than walking over the bridge, there's no way to move the body. Okay. So I must have just gotten confused, I guess. Bleh. Was the snow still falling or had it stopped? Does it really matter that much? I mean, kinda, yeah? Or are you saying that there's a way to cross a burning bridge? You flew. There's no... Hold on. There is no way the Larry picture is the right one here. No, Godot thinks that the bridge couldn't be on fire because we didn't cross that bridge in the discussion. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, didn't cross the bridge. Okay, yeah. Hey, Lawbitch, welcome to the stream. How you doing? I am losing my mind.
So it was just a misunderstanding, I see. This is a photo of Dusky Bridge after it burned down from the lightning blast. It was taken on the morning after the incident.
Added to the court record.
It certainly was burned to a crisp, and one of the suspension wires has even snapped. It's amazing the whole bridge didn't fall.
Okay. Brain dead theory here, but final testimony is what my wife tells me before getting the cuffs. Brain dead theory here, right? So we see that suspension wire dangling. What if that snapped because she cut it and then swung across it like Tarzan to get to the other side, and that would explain why Larry saw her flying over the bridge.
One of the suspension wires even snapped. It's amazing the whole bridge didn't fall.
What's the chance of that happening?
Clearly, it would be impossible to carry a corpse across a bridge in this condition.
Yeah. Unless I do something to discredit this testimony, it's going to be deemed as the truth. And Maya will be accused of murder.
Right. I'm only gonna say this one more time. It is only human to err. And only humans can spot the error of our ways. Not me, though. I'm a robot.
The more sense he makes, the less sense he makes.
All right, Mr. Wright. Please begin your final cross-examination before the final cross-examination of all the other ones.
How the hell would she be doing all that in a dress? Yeah, no, dude, let's... Ace Attorney works on different logic, physically. Walking over the bridge, there's no way to move the body. Okay. Yes, but if the snow had already stopped when the incident took place... I couldn't have crossed the bridge, naturally. But I think it's just like Mr. Godot said. The body did make it across somehow. Okay. But you seem to be quite sure of yourself when you gave your testimony. You said you were sure the snow had already stopped. Ladies and gentlemen of the court, do you believe this witness to be honest? I'm terribly sorry. I was wrong. Is that all? Does she really think an apology is going to get her off the hook? Is the snow still falling or had it stopped? Does it really matter that much? Yeah? This is no joke. You're giving sworn testimony in a court of law. Well, Mr. Wright, let me ask you a question. Do you remember what the weather was like 1 week ago today? Well, naturally, it was, good? I don't know. You see? It's not that easy to remember, is it? Iris, this was 2 days ago when someone died. You know, he's getting all his wise words from his desk calendar. He's like, at one point, he's like,
Hey, Trite.
hang in there. And he just shows like a picture of a kitten hanging off a tree. Why is that such a common image? What's the deal with that? Like, I realize office work isn't that good, but, you know, does everyone see themselves as the kitten? Whatever. Anyway, now time for stand-up. Okay. You see? It's not that easy to remember, is it? But if it had been on some kind of special day, I would have remembered. For example, it was pouring rain on the day of my elementary school graduation.
Objection!
No one wants to hear about your childhood traumas, Trite.
What?
No trauma dumping into court, Trite. By the time the murder took place, the snow had already stopped. If you insist on obsessing over that one statement, let's see the proof. There's some evidence that the body somehow crossed the bridge while it was on fire.
There's no way it's the Larry thing, right? I feel the need to do this. Larry, if this works, in my eyes, you are redeemed entirely. Actually, wait, I should press this first. Well, I don't see why there couldn't be a way across.
Mr. Wright, don't you think that it sounds a bit silly? A dead body crossing a burning bridge?
Did anyone actually okay, god damn it, it is the picture.
Did anyone actually witness such a thing?
If there was, I don't think you'd call someone like that a witness. After all, a dream isn't the same as actually seeing something.
I'm all this way, so I owe it to everyone to figure this out. But how do you transport a body across a burning bridge? Even if I don't know the exact answer yet, it's okay. Start by examining all my evidence, see where it takes me. I've gotta be like a shark. If I don't keep moving, I'm as good as dead. I'm Shark Boy, she's Lava Girl. There's no way, right? There's no actual way. Fuck. Really? Larry, you king! My apologies for everything I've ever said. You are a genius, my man. You have saved my life. Alright. One of these things where the image is so shared so much that it becomes almost a core piece of that thing, if it makes sense. I kind of get that. Like, it's been copied so many times that it's become, like, just the face of it. I get it. A dead body flying over a burning bridge. I wouldn't exactly rule out the possibility. What?
You're saying it's possible? Don't make me laugh. The only thing that's possible about your claim is that it's been pulled out of thin air.
I don't know about that. In any case, we have a witness who did see it happen. The Phosphorus! Larry's the go! We love Larry! I take back everything I've ever said about Larry if this actually winds up working. And it clearly kind of has worked, so sure.
Who is it? Who is this witness?
I can't chicken out here. I've got to keep on the attack and go, go, go! Miss Elise Dunim's brilliant and highly gifted apprentice. Laurie Stunim.
Brilliant? Highly gifted?
Apprentice? Psycho Mantis. Remember what he said in his testimony. That night he was at the Mountain Shack, Heavenly Hall. And that's when he witnessed the event. I think you've all seen this sketch before. It's an exact drawing of what he witnessed that night. Kind of like Beatup's whole call to glory is that he's an HM slave to the point where in the Gen 4 remakes, when there are no HMs, a Beatup will surf for you, smash rocks for you. That's amazing.
Are you serious? Today's not April Fool's Day, is it? Mr. Wright, are you seriously claiming that the victim flew through the air?
Actually, the painting is the picture's upside down. Because the suspension beams are going across the bottom of it, so that means that he saw this the other way. And his head was upside down like it was in that picture.
And you're using this pathetic scribble to support your argument?
Uh-oh. The judge looks like he's about to blow a gasket.
Huh. Well, Trite, there's nowhere for you to hide now. Other than looking like it was drawn by a 6-year-old, does this sketch prove anything?
Yes. I'm pretty sure it does, and I'm going to prove it.
Listen, I know your tricks. You're trying to turn this whole thing upside down. If you're so eager to turn this case upside down...
Oh, he sees it too!
Why not start with this sketch?
Judge, shut your trap. That is a decent piece of artwork. It's really not that bad. I take back everything bad I was going to say about Lar Buttsmix. Catapult! Okay, I was actually also thinking catapult. Like he bounced off the ropes or something. Upside down? Why did Godot say that? Phoenix. Work through it. What do you think?
Alright then, let's hear the defense's theory.
Just what exactly is this sketch trying to show? I don't think old Whiskerface is gonna forgive any more mistakes. Alright, Phoenix. Look carefully and think it over. The sketch drawn by Luis Nunim is... exactly what happened. Of course the victim was flying through the air. You can see it right there in the sketch. Whoosh!
You know,
You're starting to remind me of yesterday's witness. What? Ha! That's the last thing I wanted to hear. You have any evidence that the victim flew through the air? Just so you know, we haven't discovered a giant human catapult to the inner temple. Okay, so he also thought it was a catapult. I wish they had. Even if you're a lousy lawyer, at least you're 1 cup's worth of entertainment. I think we should skip the penalty this time. There must be some way, I know it. There must be a way to use Larry's sketch to show the truth of what happened. Alright then, the witness will now return to her testimony. Oh, god damn it! Well, I mean, it's not as bad as losing heart. Larry, once more, help me out here, bro. Catapult bounced off the ropes. I think they all swung back. Call comes back to this. Before, that's why I believe this sketch shows the truth. Yeah, alright, very well. Alright then, let's hear the defense's theory. What exactly is this sketch trying to show? This Faces makes me want to see a furry recreation mod. Oh my god. I think I'd rather not, personally. A complete contradiction. Try that. Something's obviously funny about this sketch. I'm no art critic, but even I can see that. No. That's not what I mean, Your Honor. Maurice Dunim stated it over and over. This sketch was exactly as he saw it, upside down. However, if we're to believe his testimony, then this sketch contradicts reality as we know it. It contradicts reality? They must have used the reality stone. Huh. This is getting interesting. Let's go back to that finger-pointing thing again. Okay, Trite. Show what exactly contradicts reality as we know it. Is it the wires? Because they're upside down.
Take that!
It's this wire connected to the bridge! The wire? Huh. Is that the thing that contradicts reality? It is indeed. Then show us the reality that it supposedly conflicts with. Show us something that will point out how the sketch contradicts reality. There it is! Yeah. Wait, how old do you think the judges have been through all the Phoenix cases? Considering that he looks the same in the 4th game, which I've seen a little bit of, probably like 97. Or something. I don't know. This guy is fucking old. It's a photo of Dusky Bridge, correct? Yes. Now compare the sketch and the photo for a minute. In the sketch, the wires appear to be above the guard wires. Or the what? But on the actual Dusky Bridge... Oh, big Jehoshaphat! What the hell's a Jehoshaphat? Jehoshaphat? The wires are below the guard wires. Wait, did she potentially fall through the bridge and somehow got the body back? The rope is hanging straight down after all. That is true. But there is another possibility we all haven't thought of either. What if it's not that they took the body to the inner garden, the body was already there, and she only came back by swinging across the bridge. She could have planted evidence in the inner temple and then left. Order! 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 This sketch is somewhat different than what's depicted in the photo. Yeah, that's what we're saying. This one will still be here waiting for GTA 6 and Half-Life 3. Hey, maybe we're gonna get an announcement on those eventually, but for now, you know, just gotta keep hope alive. Just gotta keep hoping. Just gotta keep hopium. However, isn't it likely that the artist just saw it wrong? Or perhaps that he just drew it wrong? Either way, it sounds like you're just wrong. With someone like Laurice, I admit a mistake is a definite possibility. But then, that begs the question. Why did he make a mistake? What was the reason? Are you saying you know the answer to that? Are you saying you know the answer to that? That would mean the bridge fire was a staged stunt. True. Listen, think back, alright? Remember what Maurice was doing when he witnessed this event? He was at Heavenly Hall waiting for a lover that was never going to come. He waited, and even if she arrived there, she was never going to come. Alright, whatever. He waited and waited, and he finally laid down. But then, lightning shoots from the sky and sets the bridge aflame. Now ponder what sort of position Maurice must have been in at the time. He was lying on his back, which is why he remembered the scene the way he did. He was lying on his back? Can't see how it relates. But it does, Your Honor. That is the reason why the wires in the sketch go up instead of down.
Ah! No way.
Maurice Dunim was witness to this event while he was lying on his back, face up. Face up, ass down. That's the way we like the world. In other words, the scene that he saw was actually upside down.
So then, this sketch should actually...
I think you finally get it, Your Honor. The correct way to view Maurice Dunim's sketch is like this. This is how it should actually look. The victim's body wasn't flying above the bridge. It was actually swinging below. That's right. Just like a pendulum.
That's just...
Bro, Larry was sleeping in a shack with his door wide open in the mountains. To say what you want about Larry, but he is apparently very tough.
Of all the things to say, a pendulum?
The bridge was burning to a crisp. There was no way to get across it. But if the body had been found at the inner temple, it would have caused problems. This is where the criminal decided to take a gamble. They used the burning bridge to get the body across to the other side. And a pendulum was the only way to get it done.
Let's think about this for a minute, shall we? Dusky Bridge is about 20 yards long, which means it's about that far from the inner temple to the opposite cliff.
Yes, that sounds right.
In order to cover that distance with a pendulum, you'd need a rope at least 10 yards long.
Ah?
To get a rope that long, you'd have to plan ahead.
No, you don't! The lightning strike that night can only have been an accident. So it doesn't make sense that the culprit would have prepared the rope beforehand. So then... they didn't have to get the rope ready. The rope was already right in front of them.
What?
I'm saying that it was just a matter of using what was already there.
In that case, Mr. Wright, please give us an explanation to support your theory.
From all the heartbreak and dead girlfriends Larry went through, I can imagine that he's a lot tougher than he looks. Yeah, the emotional turmoil he's gone through has kind of been insane, honestly.
What makes you think the criminal had the rope on hand to create a pendulum?
There we are.
And the meaning of this is...
If you want to know where the rope came from, it's hanging right there in front of your glorious beard.
Ah! This is one of the wires from the bridge.
When the lightning struck the bridge and set it on fire, one of the suspension wires came loose from its anchor. The criminal didn't have any time to waste, so they tied the wire around Elise Dunim's body with the staff. Oh my god, that's a gamble. Because there was simply no other way to move the body. Huh. Which is also why the crystal ball got stuck in the snow near the bridge. Okay. We got it, we got it. I've recovered my mental faculties after that whole mind break thing at the beginning of this stream.
Mr. Godot?
Drink, 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 drink. He's got that Minecraft drink sound effect down.
It seems that Mr. Godot is more focused on his coffee than answering my question. It seems that the odds of a rope being readily available were very high. So I suppose that it's not an impossibility after all.
But this doesn't prove that Maya didn't do it, which is part of the problem.
Possible or impossible? It's not the question we need to ask.
Someone was showing Elise the ropes.
But
oh, that's pretty good.
There's only one question. Did that really happen?
That's right. I wonder if you can prove what happened to us. Do you have any actual evidence that the body was swung over like a pendulum? Oh, I do! I do! I have it! Before I present my evidence, let me review what we know so far. According to this photo, one of the wires snapped. Looking at the map, we can see it's the one that was in front of the inner temple.
So then, that was the spot where the criminal...
Yes, precisely. Now, let us consider the body's movement by looking at the overhead map again. If the body was pushed from this point here, it would drop on the opposite bank at approximately this point.
Did you say drop?
Well, they must have failed to catch the body on the other bank.
What makes you think something like that happened?
Because I have evidence that suggests her body dropped some distance. Considering how much Phoenix glazes the judge's beard, I'm surprised there wasn't a ship of art of Phoenix just stroking the beard. No, they're too busy shipping him with Edgeworth. Or, I guess maybe Mia or Maya, but like, that feels a little more rare to me. I feel like the only Ace Attorney ships that I've heard of are Edgeworth with Gumshoe and Edgeworth with Phoenix. That's all I've heard. What keys in your keyboard do you have the soundboard? Okay, so I have, okay, I'll wait till it gets quiet again. We'll do it then.
What kind of evidence?
Take a look at this autopsy report. It hasn't been updated, by the way. It says here that her body fell about 10 feet after her death.
10 feet, huh?
That's most likely the height difference between the two sides. The body overswung due to forward momentum, but then came loose and fell about 10 feet. And then, as a result of the landing impact, this crystal sphere was knocked loose.
That's...
Yes, this blood-stained amethyst crystal. It's the one that came off Miss Elise Dunim's staff. And even more important is the place where this crystal sphere was found.
Indeed. I believe it's already marked on this overhead map.
Edgy baby with Gumshoe? How dare those shippers create such a blasphemous yaoi? Yeah, it's odd, but I guess the whole thing with like, I am your boss, and I'll cut your salary as I please, and the, no, please, Mr. Edgeworth, don't cut my salary! I think that probably is the general idea there. I'll refuse to cut your salary if you do something else for me. Or something, I don't know.
The crystal was found... Ah!
Precisely, Your Honor. In the very spot where the pendulum would arrive if given the right amount of speed. At least drop the ball! In fact, I think it was more like Iris dropped the ball. But it is from Elise, yes, that's true.
This explains your theory quite well, Mr. Wright. You have provided us with a way the body could have been moved that night. An impressive deduction, Mr. Wright. Most impressive.
I've been assassinated!
I thought this cold coffee might help cool you down.
Thanks?
What is the meaning of this, Mr. Godot?
What is the meaning of this, actually?
That was a dark and bitter guess you made, Trite. You forgot about one thing. Oh? And what would that be? The aroma.
Huh?
A coffee's most reliable accomplice is its deep and profound aroma.
The rest of the course doesn't speak... The rest of the court doesn't speak coffee-nese. Can you elaborate on this a bit more? I think coffee might have been a better joke.
If the criminal had sent the body over to the other side like you say... If the criminal had sent the body to the other side like you say... Then naturally there must have been an accomplice lying in wait to catch it.
We already know there is, actually. You know how popular this gif of Phoenix being covered in coffee is, especially since it was only used 2 or 3 times? It is pretty funny. That's why I made that one thumbnail that I use constantly, the one with him with the coffee on his head. I really like it. I think it's a funny sprite.
The accomplice? The criminal wasn't able to cross Dusky Bridge. So who collected the body? What do you have to say about that, Trite?
That's actually a decent point, now that I think about it, because one of them... Alright, so hold on, let's review what we know, right? We know Pearls did not, summon Delilah, actually. No, let me think about this. We know Pearls did not summon Delilah. Or what was her name again? Dahlia, that was it. We know Pearls didn't summon Dahlia. So it couldn't have been her. And we know Iris cannot summon anyone. Because she doesn't have any spiritual power. So, it is entirely possible that the other one on the side of the bridge, being, you know, Bikini, is the one who then caught the body. And Iris could not get back across. Unless Maya is the one who summoned the spirit, which would be ridiculous, because why would she do that? Well, very easy fight for the artist to edit so everyone wins. Yeah, it's really funny. I like it, especially like the big, like, bulging eyes on it. Okay, so, in terms of my theory, though, the only other person I can think of who would be able to summon a spirit would be Bikini. And if Pearls didn't do it, and no one else actually did it, as far as we know, but we know someone read the letter of the instructions before Pearls did. So there's that. So, current theory is that... Actually, what would be the theory there? Unless Iris just then swung across herself, which would be kind of weird. Instead of covering Phoenix in a mug of coffee, it's just a cup of his milk. Oh, God.
Mr. Nick, you can't do this. This type of behavior isn't halal.
Oh my God.
Mr. Godot is correct. This can't be the work of a single person. Well, Mr. Wright, you know what you must do.
Yes, Your Honor. The body couldn't have made it to Hazakura Temple without an accomplice.
Very well then. If you please, Mr. Wright. Who was the person that received the body on the Hazakura Temple side?
Logically, the only one I can think of would be this.
Take that!
Well, Mr. Godot, I'm sure you have something to say. That aroma just now? It smelled the sulfur.
Fuck! When was the last time that I saved? Current theory is that Pepe Sylvia is somehow involved in this whole ordeal. Unless... Just in case I fuck up again, I'm not gonna save. After the accomplice received the body, they carried it to Hazakura Temple. And they altered it using the Shishishito. There's only one person it could be.
Mr. Wright, please don't stare at me like that. It's creepy.
I might die, but... Oh, it was Iris, okay. It can only be you, Sister Iris.
Huh? Huh? But I
don't see why you're so surprised. The only way to transport the body from Dusky Bridge is by snowmobile. But with her bad back, Sister Bikini could never pick up a body like that. It was all the way back to that statement that I had to look up. I think it was actually right before the thing with the picture, but... I can still make this work. I'll figure something out. But with her bad back, Sister Bikini could never pick up a body like that. You're the only one that could have managed it.
Right, were you even listening to the witness's testimony? On the night of the crime, this little cutie pie was on cleanup duty in the inner temple garden after the mother-daughter bloodbath.
I haven't forgotten. But have you, Mr. Godot? This witness was also seen at Hazakura Temple, desecrating the corpse of the victim.
Strange indeed. It's almost as if
There were two?
on that night the defendant was in two different places at the same time.
It was just a picture of a woman who gets kicked out of the court. Would you believe that the victim died due to a woman's touch?
You're no longer a lawyer, Mr. Wright.
Sister Iris, let me ask you something. Why didn't you mention it when you first gave your testimony?
mention what?
The pendulum, of course. Using the sketch drawn by an eyewitness, I have established how the body was moved using the burnt-out bridge. Which means it's now a fact that this occurred, something you should have already known. I think that every time Phoenix fails a case, aka game over, he just has a heart attack immediately and the gavel hits the desk.
No, I had no idea. I didn't know anything about a pendulum.
But the body couldn't have been passed along to the other side without your help. So you should have known about it. In fact, it'd be impossible for you to be clueless about this whole thing. Unless you're not really Iris to begin with.
What? How can you say that, Mr. Wright?
What kind of nonsense is this? You're saying this witness isn't Iris of Hazakura Temple?
Okay. The only way that doesn't work... Well, the only way this works is if Maya or someone else summoned Dahlia's spirit, because as far as we know, Iris has no ability to summon, and even if she did, she was already seen somewhere else, and part of the point is that there were two of them. It was either Maya or it's Sister Bikini, and I don't think it's Sister Bikini, so... I don't know, this seems weird. Because then she would have been stuck at the temple. Unless... What is going on, actually?
You're saying the witness isn't Iris of Hazakura Temple? Are you serious, Trite? You mean this woman is...
Okay, now I should probably play the picture of Dahlia. There's no one besides Iris that could have received the corpse that night. Now I get it. Now I know why I've been sick to my stomach this whole trial. I'm still have a cold. Why her whole demeanor changed so suddenly from yesterday. And why she's trying to pin this murder on Maya. The woman that's standing there at the witness stand. Her real name is... Miles Edge... Dahlia Hawthorne. I never thought I'd have to utter your name again. Let alone see you. It's been a long time, Dahlia Hawthorne. Am I still mad at least because of the MILF incident? Ah, the MILF incident. I think it's better to not even say what the MILF incident was. We just imply it, like the jockstrap incident from Dragon Ball Z abridged. I love that.
Hawthorne?
Sister Iris had a twin sister. And you're looking at her. Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
That name rings some bells. Distant bells, but bells nonetheless. It's just your imagination, Krebs. This file contains all the relevant data about Dahlia Hawthorne. Oh yes, I remember now. That case, 5 years ago.
Did you know that in the bad ending of the second game, Phoenix quits being a lawyer since his cases are always so high stakes, Phoenix just quits every time he loses. Kind of a sore loser there, Phoenix. You could at least, like, play it by ear, you know?
5 years ago.
My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I just want to say, it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence.
The honor's all mine. Oh, the honor's all mine. But, according to this, Dahlia Hawthorne is already dead. It says her execution was carried out last month.
Imagine if any picture worked, like you get to pull her face mask off and it's just Edgeworth pulling a femboy incident as a spirit medium. Edgeworth, what are you doing there? This was the only way for you to notice me, right? Why are you English now? Well, really, what was that accent I tried to do? Alright.
So what? Death has no meaning in this courtroom.
Yeah. Yeah? Okay. Yeah.
Order! Order! Order!
Wait a moment. How can you... My sister, she's already dead. What kind of...
You of all people should already understand. After all, the blood of the master of the Kurain channeling technique flows within that body.
The Kurain channeling technique? Where have I heard that?
That's right. You're not Dahlia Hawthorne herself. You are the spirit of Dahlia currently inhabiting the body of a spirit medium. Funny and all, but Kurain man can't channel spirits. That's true. Forgot about that part. It's only the women.
What an exciting story.
Exciting, but quite impossible. You're asking us to buy that Dahlia Hawthorne just happened to be channeled by someone? On the very night of the murder to a temple where her twin sister Iris was? Well, if you're gonna put things that way, then yes. We're supposed to believe a coincidence like that just happens? Naturally, it was no coincidence. The whole thing was part of a plan from the very beginning. It's all written right here in these instructions.
What's that?
These instructions were written by your mother, Morgan Fay. And part of a plan called for Dahlia Hawthorne to be channeled. That night, there were 2 irises at Hazakura Temple. Ace and DB have the same philosophy of death, just that their King Kais are different. That's a fair point, yeah.
2 of them? 2?
Even the time of the channeling was planned out. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, in other words, 10 o'clock p.m. However, Iris was seen before dinner time.
That means the Iris that was at dinner was the real Iris.
And the Iris who gave me this hood in the main hall was also the real Iris. Meaning that the Iris Sister Bikini saw at the Inner Temple was someone else dressed as her. Namely, one Dahlia Hawthorne.
Do you even know what you're saying, Trite? This whole channeling the spirit of Dahlia Hawthorne business?
Yes, it's true that you found plans that talk about it.
However, there's one thing that's perfectly clear. The witness currently standing in the witness stand is the real Iris.
What? I mean, can you prove that?
Calm down and remember what you know about the night of the crime.
After meeting Sister Bikinis, the Dahlia Hawthorne that had been channeled would have been stranded at the Inner Temple due to the lightning strike. It was later that the body was moved by pendulum. They're so lucky there are twists, otherwise the stunt would have never worked. Oh yeah, that's true. Maybe that was part of the point, was that Morgan knew that there's no other, like... You think Morgan somehow orchestrated her daughter's death? I mean, that would be a little far-fetched, but... Well, I guess it wouldn't need to happen if she wasn't in prison, but... whatever. That's a whole other can of worms. I like to think that Spirit Channel is just people having schizophrenic episodes that believe because of the fact... that people believe because of the fact that they're job at the temples. That would be funny if not for the fact that they do change, like, into people when they do that.
That's right. Naturally, that would mean that the Iris that received the body was the real Iris.
You with me so far? I mean, that's what we said, yeah?
Yes. After being notified of what happened, the police came to Hazakura Temple's main hall. There, they found Iris in her room and arrested her. And ever since, she's been under police supervision at the detention center.
Yes, I suppose. Can't deny any of that. I mean, spirit channelers do physically change their appearance. Exactly. She just randomly grows like a foot taller and, several other bodily features that are different than her normal ones that, would make Mia.
Oh, thank goodness. Looks like he's finally convinced.
What are you blushing for?
Something still seems off. Way off.
What if they switched when, the earthquake happened and she went out of sight?
I'm still not convinced that the Iris here is the same one from the other night. Huh. Suppose you're about to say something really ridiculous? Like the real Iris and the spirit of Dahlia somehow switched places?
Well, perhaps?
Switched places? To be perfectly honest, there are still quite a few things I don't understand, but I do know that unless we confirm the witness's identity, we can't continue with this trial. Iris doesn't have the spiritual power needed to channel Dahlia. Which means... they must have switched places somewhere. Well, Mr. Wright? Since the time she was arrested at Hazakura Temple, have there been any chances for Iris to switch places with Dahlia Hawthorne?
Yes. Maya quickly starts shoving stuff into her bra to make it look more believable. Phoenix, do you have those cantaloupes I asked you to get? Yeah, but why? No reason. Your Honor, I think there might have been one chance.
Oh? Explain yourself.
Yesterday, for a few minutes, Iris's whereabouts were unknown.
Unknown? What do you mean?
What I mean is, there was a span of time in which Iris was able to move about freely, unsupervised.
Well, who was it?
What do you mean? Oh,
Who would give a murder suspect time to move around freely like that?
I'm sorry. I know you didn't mean to. It wasn't your fault. The person who gave Iris the chance to freely move about was...
Take that!
This is Mr. Edgeworth, isn't it?
Your Honor, there was a fairly large earthquake yesterday, was there not?
Ah, an earthquake?
Earthquake! Oh my goodness! Be in a temple! You may be able to finish this game today if you're willing to push for a little over 2 hours. I think I will split it up, just for the sake of, my voice, I guess. But yeah, I think this definitely can wrap up next time.
How could I have... She fled. She escaped.
We went to the inner temple right away. And it's true, Iris was already there. However, they had already switched places by that point in time. When I arrived at the training hall, I was met by none other than Dahlia Hawthorne. Let's say the appearance change was physical. That means all spirit channelers are fucking shapeshifters. That's actually a really good point. That's interesting. What if they were channeling someone who lost an arm or something? How would that work? Would it just, the arm just magically come back? I mean, I guess that kind of is how that works in terms of, like, body shape, but... whatever.
That's quite enough already, Mr. Wright. Now see here. No judge in his right mind would consider the idea of spirit channeling...
Be quiet. Here it is!
It's been a long time, Mr. Judge.
That voice! I guess I'll have to ask again. Name and occupation. Upon meeting a beautiful lady, always ask her for her name and profession. That's one of my rules.
Dahlia Hawthorne. In my current profession, permanently retired.
Huh. So you're not gonna bother hiding your identity anymore, huh?
Why should I? After all, I'm dead. There's really nothing you can do to punish me.
You know, I'm gonna say something kind of crazy right now, right? In the beginning of the game, they were all going on about how cute she is, right? I did not get it. I did not think she looked that cute. Right now, I think she looks cuter than before. Just, I don't know, her expression is getting to me. I like it. She looks evil, but in like a hot way. How do you prosecute a spirit? Send them to hell? I don't know. What is going on here?
Dahlia Hawthorne. I never thought we'd meet again. And I never thought we'd meet like this. This time, I'll end it. For her and for myself. I'm torn between wanting to go a little further. Actually, you know what? How about this? I'm going to go a little further than this, but I will stop after a short while, so then we can just wrap this up in one big go next time. I can't get it how you think this is hot. I'm not saying she's like hot, not like Mia level, but like, you know, I do think she looks more attractive like that than she did before. I can't explain why. I'm not saying it makes sense. I'm saying that's what I think. My name is Raven Father Uncle Ruckus, no relation. Alright, I'm gonna go a little further. And then I'm gonna call it. That's what's gonna be for today. 2 hours, 34 minutes or so.
I'm gonna say I think I will break it up into 2 different streams. So next time will be the finale, but I will go a little further for now. Just gonna might as well. Calling it right now, I will not lose any more health for the rest of this trial. I will have it all on lock. February 10th, 1:06 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 7. Tapping out in 30 minutes. I'll tap out when I think it's a good time. I guess. I don't know. Whole time because I have nothing to comment. No problem. Let's see. Let's see how this goes. Now then, let's continue where we left off, shall we? Another 30 minutes will probably be good. Then I can have like a 2-hour finale next time. Which granted, it's usually 2 hours, but work with me.
Well, witness?
Yes? How can I help you, Mr. Judge?
Well, it seems that if we're to learn the truth, we'll need to hear your testimony. That is how the game works.
I have no problem with that. But when you've seen what I have, sometimes the truth is better left unknown. This feels like they're gonna try to do the thing from Rise from the Ashes, where, they're like, oh, what was her name again? God damn it. Emma, they're gonna say like, oh, Emma's the killer. And then it's like, unless. And she isn't. But when you've seen what I have, sometimes the truth is better left unknown.
In any case, let's hear your testimony. Tell us about the plan that was carried out that night.
The whole plan began with my death. A stupid plan hatched by Morgan Fay to install her own daughter as the next master. But for it to work, Maya Fey would first have to die. The idea was for me to kill Maya and then have the blame pinned on Iris. The plan went wrong, but it seems to have succeeded anyway.
That was the testimony? So that means you really are...
Wait a minute! Did you just say the plan was to kill Maya Fey? Yes. You have a problem with that?
Well, yeah. Do I have a problem with that?
What the fuck do you mean do I have a problem with that? Fuck you! Dahlia has nostrils on an anime character? Yeah, she is a demon. Oh, I didn't even notice that. That's weird. Huh. I guess Phoenix does too, kinda, but... It's just part of the Ace Attorney art style. I didn't even see what Phoenix said. I was too distracted by his nose.
Watch yourself, Trite. You've got a problem, solve it during cross-examination. That's one of my rules. Mr. Godot is correct. And by the way, that's one of my rules as well.
Anime characters with functional noses? How dare those pesky artists? Kill Maya? Could it be true? But if the plan went wrong, that means she might still be alive. Yeah, I got that far. You were executed last month, correct? Yes, I was hanged. It wasn't exactly pleasant. How did you manage to discuss the plan? When did you talk with Morgan Fay? Last year, she was transferred to the same detention center as me. Since I was on death row and she was my mother, it was actually pretty easy to meet with her.
I see. So that's when you discussed the plan.
Well, yes, you're killing my future MILF! I'm not sure if Maya has MILF potential, but, you know, we'll give her a shot. Are you crazy? At first, that woman was planning to kill me as well. Even though I'm her own daughter. All to make Pearl Fay the master of Kurain? She's a cold, twisted woman. She thought she could finally regain her lost honor. The honor she lost when her younger sister, Misty, took her place as the master. Ever since that day, she's been working on this plan.
A plan, huh?
A stupid plan hatched by Morgan Fay to install her own daughter as the next... Oh, I already just said that, yeah. You're talking about Pearl Fay, is that correct? Yes, though at first she had high hopes for the two of us.
You and your twin sister, Iris?
That's correct. Fortunately, neither of us had much spiritual power. That's why we were abandoned by her, along with our father.
Abandoned?
The only person I ever really cared about in life was myself. My sister was a nuisance, so I convinced my father to leave her at an old temple. Hanging people to death in the 21st century? That's new, even Japan stopped doing it in the 70s or something. I think it is still at least possible in the Americas, but I'm not entirely sure about that. I haven't been executed yet.
You mean Iris?
Yes, my father remarried a woman who also had a daughter. The less children you have, the more money there is to go around, right? And on top of that, my father had absolutely no interest in children in general.
How horrible.
The really horrible one was that woman. That bitter, vengeful woman. It was her stubbornness that gave birth to that child. Pearl Fay. She was born with an abundance of spiritual power. Unfortunately for her. Morgan Fay heaped all of her broken hopes and dreams onto that poor child's back. All because of her pathetic dreams of having her bloodline become the main family. But for it to work, Maya Fay would first have to die.
Maya would have to die? But why?
For our bloodline to succeed as the main family, thus making Pearl as the new master, the remaining descendants of the current master had to be taken care of.
But Pearls would never agree to a plan like that. She adores Maya.
How sad. You still don't get it, do you? What Pearl wanted had nothing to do with it. Morgan didn't care one bit about Pearl. The only thing she cared about was the position of the master. That's all.
You could play chess on Pearl's forehead. Yeah. She's a very widely thought child. 64 head. That's ridiculous.
She was willing to sacrifice anything and anyone to achieve her goal. The life of her daughter, and naturally the life of Maya Fay as well.
How could anyone do that?
The idea was for me to kill Maya and have the blame pinned on Iris.
You were going to kill Maya?
Pearl didn't need to know anything about it. All she had to do was follow the instructions in the letter and channel me. Then I would have simply used her body and finished the job. In any case, I'm already dead and there's nothing any of you can do to me.
So the plan was to blame the crime on your younger twin. On Sister Iris of Hazakura Temple.
She and I look absolutely identical. No one can tell us apart. If someone were to witness me killing Maya, naturally they would think it was Iris that had done it.
And the witness in this case was the head nun, Sister Bikini.
You laid a plane in her forehead. I've always loved those memes of like the clan ad characters where they're like, oh, you could have landed a plane between their eyes. Broken nose a NASCAR track on her forehead, just give her the Supreme Kai cut and she'll have the same head.
I never would have guessed she was going to return to Hazakura Temple that night. But she wound up seeing Iris's crime anyway.
But why would you want to pin the murder on Iris in the first place? She's your twin sister, isn't she?
Twin sister? Don't make me laugh. She's nothing but a backstabber. I couldn't care less about her.
Backstabber?
You just don't understand. You never will. Anyway.
Watch a movie on her fat ass head.
The plan went wrong, but it seems to have succeeded anyway.
You think the plan was a success?
You heard me. Just as that woman had hoped. Maya Fay is dead. Now the title of Master will pass on to Pearl Fay.
That's absurd! Maya's just... She's just trapped! Trapped inside the sacred cavern!
Really? You're as foolishly optimistic as ever, aren't you? My darling Feeny.
You notice the drive shaft concert on her head?
You want to know the truth? Ever since we met, I've despised you.
I know, you said that earlier. We're gonna play 30 hours of silence on her head but not run out of space.
Your sniveling naivete and your pathetic faith in other people. I just want to know one thing. What did you personally think of Morgan Fay's plan? I told you already, didn't I? It was a stupid plan. It had no point, no value other than fulfilling her own greedy desires. Yes, it was certainly nothing to be proud of. If that's how you feel, why did you help her carry it out? Why would you do it? Why would you kill Maya? You may not understand it, being the kind and gentle soul that you are. You may not be able to appreciate why someone like me would help a woman like that. Ellie really being waifu baiting like motherfucker. Yeah, a bit. So then tell me, why? Isn't it obvious? I'm not like that woman. I only act in my own self-interest. The real reason I helped her was for myself. For my own personal satisfaction. What did you say? So this woman, Dahlia Hawthorne, she had her own reason for wanting Maya dead? You understand why I would kill Maya Fey now? What my goal was? There's enough space to accommodate Queso's fat ass. Obviously, it was because you were helping Morgan Fay. Not so, actually. Helping? Don't make me laugh. From the day I was born to the day I died, I never helped anyone. I lived for myself, and in the end, I died for myself. You know, it is funny how this is like another game in which the main antagonist is a twin sister that's like the evil twin of a different girl who's also involved. Just gonna put that one out there. I lived for myself, and in the end, I died for myself. I thought that was obvious. So she wasn't actually cooperating with Morgan. She was just using Morgan as her plan so she could accomplish her own goal. All I wanted to do was kill Maya Fey. That was the only way I could think of to get revenge. Revenge? Looks like I have no choice but to present that piece of evidence. I can't believe it. She went to kill Maya, yep. And I need to get more information out of her. It's the only way to understand this plan and what she was after as well. Just making sure I have no evidence that I need to present for that. I think Mia is the choice, maybe? You know what, I'm gonna save before this, just to be safe. Does it involve a black and white bear? Oh, as you would know, yeah. It's turned to in a case about twins as well. Or siblings, but still similar enough. Oh, that is true. Forgot about that. And there was an evil twin and a good one. Yeah. There it is, alright. Could it be that your actual goal had nothing to do with Maya Fey herself? As I said, none of you have the power to punish me anymore. Because I'm already dead. Well, I had the same problem, you see. You can't punish the dead, and you can't take revenge against them either. You wanted to take revenge on someone? I was sentenced to die because of that woman. Mia Fey. Imagine if the cave actually has pretty stable conditions like food and water and she doesn't actually suffocate to death in a cave. Could be. Somehow knew this was it. I wanted to send her a message. It was at her hands that I suffered my first humiliation. I wanted her to feel the same pain she made me feel. Sadly, when I realized revenge was impossible, I gave up.
And the reason it was impossible? Was it perhaps because Mia Fey had already died?
Yes, and I realized there's only one way to take revenge against the dead.
And how do you do that?
Even when the body dies, the spirit, the ego, it lives on forever. I wanted to take away the one person that Mia Fey loved most. I was also bitter about the MILF incident. She's jealous that Mia is hotter than her. I wanted to kill her with my own hands. That would be the one and only way I could take my revenge against Mia Fey. That was the reason I helped out with that woman's plans. Just for that? For that you would kill Maya? Your goal was no different than that of Morgan Fey.
As they say, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. What a cruel plan. Cruel, cold, and heartless.
Don't waste your time preaching to the dead. I've already told you, there's not a thing you can do to me.
Ah.
That night, at about 9:30 p.m., I materialized into this world. I quickly pinned my hair up and put on a demon warding hood. But who summoned her? Then I picked up the staff that was by my side and left Hazakura Temple.
So, it was at least Unim who channeled her after all.
I guess she's the only one left, yeah. But why? That ridiculous head nun never noticed a thing. She left Maya Fey at the inner temple and wobbled back, clutching her poor old back.
What did you do then?
That kid was easier to handle than I had hoped. I caught up with her in front of the stone lantern, and I took out the dagger I got from the storeroom and...
So then you're
saying you stabbed Maya? It's strange, but I don't have a clear memory of what happened after that.
What does that mean? No clear memory?
It couldn't be because Mia's dead. Aren't they not just... Yeah, she is dead. Really, but, you know. Alright, so let's work through this. Maya, in theory, could have survived. Possibly. If she got immediate attention for it, or... Also, remember, there is a way to break people out of a trance, so if Maya just did that, if she knew to do that, she might have had a chance there.
What does that mean, no clear memory?
I don't know. I think I was stabbed.
You were stabbed?
At the last minute, Maya Fey must have stabbed me. I'm sure of it. That's not like her at all. Maya wouldn't stab a french fry with a plastic fork. Well, yeah, you eat them with your hands, dipshit. Anyway, I suddenly lost consciousness. Before I did, I scrawled her name on the lantern. Just as I was passing out, I wrote Maya behind my back.
You're kind of shit at writing it.
It looks more like you wrote 11037. I had hoped it would cast suspicion on her. I can't believe she was thinking of that until the bitter end. That's where my memory temporarily stops.
It stops?
I don't have any memory of actually killing Maya Fey with my own two hands, so yeah, she's probably not dead. Even if Mia was still alive now, Dahlia murdering Maya would hurt Mia way more than she could do to Mia. That is true. I agree with that, yeah. My very last memory was Maya's terror-filled eyes. When I woke up after that, I was in the sacred cavern surrounded by darkness.
You were in the sacred cavern?
The entrance was sealed with one of those trick locks. Somehow I've been trapped in there.
But how did you wind up in there?
I'd like to know that myself. Okay, current theory, right? What if Maya knew that to survive, being stabbed, she had to channel someone who wasn't stabbed, and for some reason chose Dahlia, maybe as a dying message to show who killed her? No, but that doesn't make a lot of sense. But, alright. We'll figure it out as we go. Little did anyone know, the temple is baseball stadium and everyone is stupid. Yeah. Sure. I'd like to know that myself. Anyway, I was worried. I didn't know whether or not Maya Fey was dead. And I swore I wouldn't return to the underworld until I knew I had killed her myself.
To a ghost, you're one tough cookie.
Alright, so how about this? What if Iris is the one who saved Maya by stabbing the other one? But then she couldn't have been there, so... What the hell happened here?
To a ghost, you're one tough cookie.
I wanted to get out of there and make sure she was dead. But I couldn't do it. I couldn't get out.
The trick lock stopped you, huh?
I didn't know how to remove it.
So then you're saying you were actually confined against your will inside this sacred cavern?
Yes, I wanted to get rid of that annoying lock as soon as possible. But it wasn't easy. I kept getting interrupted while I was working on it.
Interrupted?
It was early in the morning, but someone came into the training hall.
What? Who?
Could it have been Maya? I thought the same thing, but I couldn't see. Why not? If someone had spotted me, I would have lost my chance to take revenge. So I made sure to hide myself well at the back of the sacred cavern. That morning, only 2 people could have gone into the training hall. Maya and Pearls. Pearls went there to cover the hanging scroll in gravy. Still, I finally managed to remove the lock. But I was too late. How the fuck does any of this work? This reads like a suicide attempt while inside her target. Maybe... And the stadium is situated on Pearl's forehead. I'm sure this will all make sense by the end of it. There's no way they would, like... This feels very intricately done to the point where I'm sure there is an answer that makes sense. I just have to figure out what it is. But I was too late.
What do you mean by that?
The flies had already started to gather.
The bridge had been fixed and the police started their investigation, correct?
Naturally, I couldn't go out. So instead, I returned to the cavern and put the lock back on myself. I realized I wouldn't get a chance to see Maya's corpse as I had hoped. But just then, Lady Luck showed up.
Lady Luck?
Lady Luck? That's well thought. That's what I'm thinking, yeah, this case feels very well done. I'm sure there is an answer that makes sense with all this is done. After that big earthquake, she showed up all by herself.
The real Iris?
She said she'd come to make sure the sacred cavern was alright. Stupid girl. I came out from the sacred cavern and got a feel for the situation. Wish we got a DR comic panel explanation at the end. That would help, yeah. And I locked her away in my place. I had finally learned exactly what had happened. It was then that I learned that the plan had actually succeeded.
What do you mean your plan had succeeded?
I had misunderstood one thing, you see. That night, the one that had summoned me, I had assumed that it was Pearl Fay.
Well, of course you would have assumed that. It was written in the instructions.
But I was wrong. The person that had actually called my spirit back was... Misty Fay, the picture book author, who Phoenix kind of figured out like a minute ago.
What?
Well, that's really the only possibility, isn't it? After I lost consciousness in the garden, it was her body that was left lying there.
But that's the other garden, though.
Maya Fay, I wasn't able to kill her with my own hands after all. But even so, I made her commit the most vile sin a human can commit.
And that is?
Matricide. The sin of killing her own mother.
No way!
Unless someone else stabbed her in the back. This is confusing, but there has to be an answer for this. Okay, so let's, before we go any further, because we're gonna wait. I guess we can like review our options next week when we or 2 weeks from now when we continue this. But I don't know. Oh yeah, I can do the soundboard thing now. So the first one is it's a bonk sound. I'm not sure if you can hear that. It's a little quiet. Let me see if I can turn it up. There we go with that. That's the bonk sound effect. Then there's the metal pipe thing. Then there's... Then there's...
It should have been me, not him!
Yep. And then...
I don't like your plan. It sucks.
And also... Gotta have this as well.
A body has been discovered!
I don't use these as much as I should. Maya's on her whole Channeler of War revenge arc.
Objection!
There's objection.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
Oh, good. That's here we go again, and...
Sometimes my genius is... it's almost frightening.
And that's basically what I got. I should use those more than I do. Anyway. Order! Order in the court! What is the meaning of this? It's true that I was the one who attacked Maya Fey, but even so, the murderer who actually snuffed out Misty Fey's life was none other than your darling little Maya. Channeler of War would be an awesome name for, like, a comic book or something like that for Maya. Ridiculous! That's nonsense! Are you sure about that? Just think about it. There's even evidence supporting these facts, isn't there? What? What do you mean? What is this so-called evidence? The fact that Maya Fey disappeared is evidence enough, isn't it? The idea that she's still in the sacred cavern is just ridiculous. She wasn't able to escape from the inner temple, that much is obvious. In that case, there's only one place she could be. Where? Do I have to spell it out? The bottom of Eagle River. Where else? Eagle River. Maya Fey killed her long-lost mother. Can you imagine the guilt she must have felt when she realized that? That's why she threw herself into the Eagle River. Most bodies that wind up in there are lost forever. So, what do you have to say now, Beanie? Objection! Could they have found her in the nick of time?
Oops. Sorry, that's my phone.
What kind of ringtone is that? It's his theme.
Godot here. Okay, thanks.
Was it something important? As much as I would love to leave this on a cliffhanger, I'll figure out what this is and then we'll cut it off.
You just finished removing the locks from the sacred cavern.
That's great! What about Maya?
There was a woman in the cave.
Was it Maya Fey? Why are you keeping us in suspense like this? Just say it!
It was the accused, Sister Iris. Eh?
Don't look so surprised. I locked her in there yesterday. I just finished telling you that. So, what about Maya? Where is she?
There was no one else found inside the sacred cavern.
No. Can't be. Again, the only thing that makes sense is that Maya then summoned her for some reason, and then... now she's fine? I told you, didn't I? She's dead. Oh. No!
It seems that this case has come to an end. A tragic end. Sadly, it appears the killer of Elise Dunim, also known as Misty Fey, was her own daughter, Maya Fey.
I wonder what a spirit sees whenever they're not in a body. Just like a black void? I mean, there kind of has to be like a spirit world or something, right?
Overcome with guilt for what she had done, Maya Fey jumped to her death in the raging waters of Eagle River.
Can't be. Ah.
Right. You ever heard this one? Once you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains must be the truth. No matter how improbable it may seem. What is that supposed to mean, Prosecutor Godot? According to this witness, Maya Fey threw herself into the Eagle River. However, is that really the truth? Remember, this woman testified earlier that the bridge was already on fire when the murder was taking place in the garden. Which means if Maya had thrown herself into the river, it must have been from the inner temple side near the bridge.
That's right. That's where she jumped from. Suicide is badass. Maya Fey's final words. You were right about the suicide. Unless she's the one summoning, fucking Dahlia. Her name is on the screen. I didn't even think of it. I didn't think to read her name on the screen. Alright. That's another L for me.
But that's impossible. It's impossible to jump into the river from there.
What?
Don't get your panties all twisted up, Trite. Just relax and think through the whole thing again.
So it's impossible? Maya couldn't have thrown herself in the Eagle River? You know what? I think this is a great place to stop. Ladies and gentlemen, when we get back to this again in 2 weeks, we will have the finale of Ace Attorney 3. It will be over, and it will be one of the best games in the series, I bet. But either way, I've been Arrowhead, your favorite VTuber Android. My next stream will be sometime this week. As for when it'll be, stay tuned tomorrow for my schedule. Have a lovely morning, day, or evening. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed. And goodbye for now.